Yo, listen up. Ever find yourself stuck in that mental grind where your brain won't chill, like your thoughts turn into a wild beast you can't control, emotions crashing in like a storm you didn't see coming? Yeah, I know that feeling all too well. It's like you're trapped in your own head, and the streets outside don't help either. Pressure from every angle, stress building, anxiety creeping in like a silent shadow. You're not alone. Real talk, this ain't just in your head. It's a full-on battle zone up there. But here's the kicker. What if I told you there's a way to flip the script? A mental armor forged not just by monks or philosophers locked in a tower, but by some of the realest OGs of ancient times, the Stoics. These dudes were the original mental gangsters. They didn't just talk about feelings, they faced down fear, anger, anxiety, and won. No fluff, no weak sauce, just cold, hard wisdom mixed with raw truth. This script right here, it's your guide to getting that power, to take back control from the negative thoughts that try to run the show, to conquer those wild emotions like fear and anger before they wreck your peace, and to roll through anxiety like a boss who's seen it all and still stands tall. So buckle up. We're diving deep, blending street smarts with ancient philosophy. By the time you finish this, you'll be ready to flip that mental switch and own your mind like it's your turf. All right, real talk. Why do negative thoughts get so loud? Why do feelings like fear, anger, and anxiety crash your headspace like unwanted guests? It's like your mind is a messy block party, and nobody's calling the shots. Think about it like this. Your brain's got this part called the limbic system, the hype man of your emotions. It's wired to keep you alive by making you react fast to danger, fight or flight, no questions asked. But in today's world, most threats ain't lions or robbers on the block. They're stress at work, bills stacking, social drama. But your limbic system, it don't know the difference. It sends out panic alerts anyway. Now, the real hustle is your mind. Your thoughts run like a DJ on repeat, spinning tracks of doubt, fear, or anger. Sometimes it's that inner voice telling you, you ain't enough, or this is gonna end bad. That voice can get so loud, it feels like it's screaming in your ear, drowning out any calm. Most folks, they let those thoughts and feelings run the show like a bad neighborhood gang. They get caught up reacting instead of acting. But here's the good news. Just like you can claim a block, you can claim your mind. Let me introduce you to some old school legends. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. These guys weren't just rich dudes chilling in marble palaces. Nah, they were warriors of the mind, hustling through wars, political drama, betrayals, and personal loss. And yet, they stayed calm, sharp, and unshakable. Their secret? They knew that while you can't control everything that happens, you can control how you respond. Like the ultimate street code, control your hustle, control your moves. Don't waste energy on stuff you can't change. Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Imagine that. The ultimate flex isn't flexing muscles or cash. It's owning your thoughts, feelings, and reactions. Part 3, the science behind your mind's madness in street style. All right, before we get into how to boss up and conquer your emotions, let's peep what's really going on under the hood. No boring textbook vibes, just real talk. Your brain's got two main players when it comes to feelings. The limbic system, and this is like your hype man gone wild. It's loud, impulsive, reacts fast, especially when it senses danger. It's the part that jumps when someone shouts, yo, behind you. It wants you to run, fight, or freeze ASAP. The prefrontal cortex, this is your brain's CEO, the calm, collected decision maker. But here's the thing, sometimes your CEO is asleep on the job while the hype man's throwing a wild party upstairs. When fear, anger, or anxiety hits, your limbic system's got you on the ropes, throwing haymakers. Your prefrontal cortex has to step up, take control, and say, chill, we got this. But if it's weak or tired, bam, emotions take over like a street riot. The trick? Strengthen your CEO. Train your mind to keep the hype man in check. You ever notice how some people just seem calm in chaos? Like the world's burning, but they're sipping tea, unbothered? Meanwhile, you're over here stressing like you lost your last dime. That's because most of us fall into what the Stoics call judgments. Basically, your mind gives a meaning to an event, and that meaning triggers your emotion. Example, someone cuts you off in traffic. You think, this dude's disrespecting me. Boom! Anger explodes. But what if you flip that? Maybe he's rushing to an emergency. And suddenly, calm wins. Negative thoughts often get stuck in loops, like a scratched record playing the same doubt or fear on repeat. And when you let those loops run wild, anxiety and anger grow like a weed in a crack. Now for the good stuff, how do we fight back? How do you take control? 1. Negative visualization, the street prep. Imagine the worst case, or what if you lose your job, get called out publicly, or fail big time? Sounds scary, right? But Stoics say face that fear head on, visualize it clearly. When you do, you're ready for the worst. So the actual event won't knock you down. Street talk. You got to see the storm before it hits. So you can dance in the rain, not freeze up. 2. The control check and what can you control? This is the OG Stoic question. When your mind's spiraling, ask, is this in my control? If no, drop it like a hot potato. If yes, grind on it. Simple but deadly effective. 3. Journaling, your mental street diary. Write down what's bugging you, how you feel, and what you can do about it. It's like clearing out the trash in your head. Plus, you get to spot patterns, and then you own those patterns. No excuses. Anger, fear, they're like street hustlers, selling lies to your mind. Anger tells you you got to fight back. You got to prove yourself. But 9 times out of 10, anger just burns your own house down. Relationships, peace, focus. Fear whispers, run, hide, don't risk it. But fear often plays tricks, making mountains out of molehills. The Stoic move, recognize when you're being played, take a breath, ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will this help or hurt me? Anxiety is the sneaky ninja of emotions. It creeps in when you're worried about things that might never happen. The Stoics, they didn't have modern therapy, but they had this gem, focus on the present moment. You control right now, not tomorrow's drama. Streetwise tip, ground yourself. Look around, feel your feet on the floor. Breathe like your life depends on it, because it kinda does. When your mind's tripping, what do you say to yourself? Most folks are their own worst enemies, talking smack, doubting every move. Time to flip that. Talk to yourself like you'd talk to your homie who's down, with respect, toughness, and realness. Say stuff like, yo, you got this, one step at a time. Wow. Don't let your fears front like they're bigger than you. Control your mind or it'll control you. Building mental toughness ain't about never feeling pain or fear. It's about feeling it, then standing tall anyway. The Stoics called it virtue, doing the right thing no matter the feels. Street hustle, keep grinding even when the world's pushing you down. It's a mindset that separates players from pretenders. At the end of the day, your mind is your block. You're the kingpin of your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Like Marcus Aurelius said, the impediment to action advances action. Every obstacle is just your next level up. So stand tall, take control, and don't let fear, anger, or anxiety run your game.